How you guys doing today? This is Darius from Down on the TV. Welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about dating in Atlanta. I know Atlanta is considered the mecca for black success, excellence, all that good stuff, but it's known for a lot of other things, meaning terrible dating, a lot of bisexual men, a lot of HIV, a lot of weird degenerate stuff. But I want this video came out shown to me on TikTok, and I basically wanted to talk about it as this young lady talks about her dating experience, and it shows the lack of adaptability to modern times. And the person who doesn't adapt doesn't survive. But let's hear what she has to say.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna do a story time with dating in Atlanta. As you guys know, I am a newly single woman. I have been single since last year, September, coming out of a relationship for 4 years. And I found out he was a narcissist, but that's another story. I have been going on dates here in Atlanta. And when I tell you guys, it is so creepy out here in this dating scene. Let me start off with the first guy I started dating. We had went on a couple of dates with each other. The vibe was there. We're texting. I met him at a chicken wings place I was walking out of. Come to find out, this man was in a whole relationship. And he told me that his girlfriend was okay with him seeing other women because she realized one woman could not be enough for him.
I wanted to stop right there. That's a very telling thing. So the man was upfront and honest with her about the situation, that he got a whole nother relationship. And a lot of black women complain that men aren't honest, that they have relationships. This guy was confident enough to know that he got his shit together so much that he willing to keep it 100 with you, that he has a girlfriend. And his woman is so secure because truly listened to what she said. She said his girlfriend said she knows one woman is not enough for one man, which is true in today's time. One woman cannot satisfy a man today because most women don't cook, they don't clean well, or they don't know how to service a man properly. So one woman is not enough for one man, sexually and all other things wise, because you have to think about it. Women work 9 to 5 jobs. They get tired when they get home. They ain't trying to cook for you. They ain't trying to wash your feet. They ain't trying to give you a massage. They not trying to give you any sex, because they have to work 9 to 5 too, because living in Atlanta is extremely expensive. You're going to be paying like $2,300 for a 1 bedroom. So it would be better if he had a second or third woman to be able to satisfy him in all the other areas of his life, because things are hectic. But see, a lot of black women are unwilling to share a good average man. See, a lot of women, they'll share a dude who won't even commit to them. They'll get with the entertainers, Future, Drake, Yo Gotti, all these entertainers who just gonna use them and throw them away, instead of being with a good man who has his stuff together, they can be partners together with, and he'll be in a committed relationship with them. But they don't want to share the good man, good average man with them. They want to be with an entertainer who's going to throw them away. And their pride and ego won't allow it, because they view the average man as beneath them. That's the heart of heart truth. Why they won't accept you as an average man to have a second or third girlfriend, but they're willing to be a side piece or used up by rappers and entertainers who won't even commit to them. And all they're going to get is some nut. And that's it.
Now, as you guys know, I am not sharing my man. We had never slept together. We were vibing. The lust was there. And I love that he was such a great entrepreneur. But I'm not finna date a man that another woman is already accounted for. Okay. Then you want me to give you all this time, not talk to nobody else, but you already have a girlfriend. And I literally, the last time I had hung out with him, once I found out he had a girlfriend, I was so turned off. I texted him a long message and told him it's not going to work, because I can't date somebody that's already accounted for.
She said he was an entrepreneur, so he has means. He is well driven. He was the type of man that she desired physically, emotionally, everything. They vibe well, but her pride and ego, she was unwilling to let go of that, of how he should just be with just me. I'm like, you are a modern woman. You're not a virgin. You can't cook. I promise you. You're not going to serve him the way he needs to be served. You're not even going to be submissive. But yet you want him to be with just you. How does that make sense? You cannot fully satisfy him in all the areas as a woman should, but you want him to fulfill you. You want him to be rich, handsome, funny, interesting. You want him to fulfill you fully, but you're going to give him partial fulfillment. The only way to solve that issue is for a man like that to have two or three women. Because now, if you're lacking in one area, the second or third girlfriend can make up for that lack. And that's okay. That is okay. But unfortunately, a lot of black women are so hard headed. They so stiff neck. They don't want to listen and they don't want to adapt due to their pride and ego, thinking themselves too highly. I'm like, you're an average woman. You're not a virgin. You ain't all that. How about getting ahead of the entrepreneur's girlfriend got ahead of the curve? You think a man would leave you knowing that you're okay with him getting a second or third girlfriend? He'll never leave you because it's so rare for a lot of black women to be able to do that, to be in a plural relationship. And of course, men don't share women. Only beta males, white cuckold men would share a woman, but masculine men do not share what belongs to them because the woman is is his helpmate. She was made to serve him. It's natural for a man to want multiple women. It is not natural for a woman to want multiple men. They don't dream about that. They don't desire that. And biologically, it doesn't work. But let's continue.
When I tell you guys, he was so pissed and he was like, I thought we were vibing. You're sitting here worried about another woman, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that was number one. Number two, I met a guy at a kid park with my daughter and he was there with his kids. So
See that right there. You're also a single mom. I'm not a big fan of Dr. Umar, but Dr. Umar has something correct. In order for the black families to heal, because there's so many single moms and it's more women than men, it only makes sense if plural marriages happen, where because you're a single mom, you can be the second or third wife to a strong, masculine, stable black man who can take in your family and stabilize your home. But the pride of most women, you're a single mom, but you want an entrepreneur, high status dude in Atlanta who isn't gay, who has his stuff together, to be with just you when you're not a virgin. You have another kid that isn't his. And I'm assuming you're going to eventually want marriage or some type of serious relationship where he takes care of you and raises the kid that isn't his. You see how crazy that sounds? She overvalues herself. You're not even that attractive. You're average, 5.5. But you want a man who is of high status, who is willing to date you despite being a single mom, but you want him to be with just you. Like, you're not even getting ahead of the curve. This is why a lot of black women are going to die alone. And it's sad because a lot of women, if they had proper training and was able to humble themselves, they wouldn't die alone. They would get a ring. But most women ain't going to get a ring due to their own pride and ego of them being in their own way. And it's sad to say it is what it is. This is why a lot of black men get with white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, because a lot of these chicks are unwilling to be able to adjust to the modern times. The traditional way of how it was in the 1950s is irrelevant because though the women of today aren't those women back then. The women of today work careers, have careers. None of them are virgins. None of them are traditional women. Back in the day, you had to go to college not to become a business owner or brand marketer, but you had to go to college, women did, to learn how to become mothers and wives. But nowadays, women have lost that talent. They have lost those skills to become a proper wife and become a proper mother. So women have to adjust their standards. They have to adjust it because we can't go based off the past and off the traditions of the past. It doesn't work anymore. We have to adjust to the modern times of today. Plural marriage, because women already outnumber straight heterosexual men by a lot, but their pride and ego lets them die alone. And it's sad because the white women will get ahead, Hispanic women, they'll get ahead, but black women are unwilling to humble themselves and be like, you know what? There's few women that will be like, you know what? I know I can't satisfy this man fully. I'm going to allow him to be able to have another woman so that the home can have peace. Because all those STDs in Atlanta happen due to all the creeping and all the stuff he got to hide. Instead of both of them being honest with themselves, she being willing to let him do his thing. And he'll never leave her because she's willing to do something most women are unwilling to do, which is accept a plural relationship where the man can have another woman. Because one modern woman cannot satisfy a man. It's just the fact. But anyways, I just wanted to drop this quick jewel on you guys because this is very telling. A lot of black women are being unmarried, not because they're not attractive enough, it's because pride and their ego, unwilling to humble themselves. They're stiff neck, as the Lord say, stiff neck, hard headed, don't want to submit, don't want to even be flexible and coachable. This is why they die alone. But anyways, this is Darius and Down on the TV. Dating in Atlanta is hard only for most black women because of their own self. Anyways, I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, click, and subscribe. I'm out.